Hello lovelies and welcome back to Moon Priestess Lucy for another 31 days of tarot. Yay! So today I'm gonna be doing two videos in one. I got the inspiration from Lisa and I think it makes perfect sense. So day 4 is your 5 most used decks between 2010 and 2019. And 5 is what has using the tarot taught you from 2010 to 2019. So I thought that was like it goes hand in hand, no, because you're using a deck and you're studying tarot. So this deck was my first official tarot deck. So this was for my first official tarot course in person, which I adore, and it is a Marcel deck. We're gonna be seeing this one more, trust me. So this one is the first that formally taught me the archetypes, and this is in order, and this one in particular is the one that for me personally it always has to be in order. It's connected to a lot of things in my practice, my ritual magic practice, so for that reason it has to stay in order. So yeah, this one was my workhorse. I did a ton of readings and more stuff to come that comes in the future video, so we'll talk about it then. But it's just so, I'm gonna skip some cards. It's just so beautiful. It has a basic colors. I like it that it's simple, clean. The pip decks and the court cards, it's in, well, this one is in Spanish because I live in Mexico, so that makes sense. I love it. So definitely this is the one that taught me what tarot is. No, the archetypes, the concepts, the structure, and how to read for other people, how to read for myself, how to connect with the deck. This was the first deck I consecrated, so it has taught me a lot, like all the basics. So this is the one that taught me, yeah, the basics. So I love it. It has a really special place in my heart. And of course, another horse deck, the classic Rider-Waite-Smith. I'm just showing this box because I don't like to keep too many copies, so I moved them along. I have the Borderless, the Centennial Edition, then I had the little tin. I moved that along. The other one I gifted it. I also had the normal Centennial. Right now I'm loving this, the Radiant White Spirit version by Los Carabel. And I think I'm keeping my eye for the mini version. I might like it more, I don't know. So, and you may say like, well, but you get attached to a deck, and sort of yes and no, because I do consecrate these decks. It has a lot of special meaning. But what I do is like I'm not sure the wording is correct, but it's like a passing ritual. So all the energy that I've been working for a deck, it's energy, right? So I transfer it to the next, in a ritual, I transfer it to the next deck. So this has everything now that I've been working on. So I don't get attached to a particular deck, because to be honest, they're pieces of paper. Like the energy comes from your intention, from the reader, from interactions with humans and everything. So objects do accumulate energy, but if we believe in that, we also believe in transfer of energy. I think that's my opinion. So another horse deck, of course. It surprised me that the thought didn't make it, and to be honest, I love it, but I haven't studied it that much. Let's put them here. And then this one surprised me that I used it a lot, because the Sun and Moon Tarot comes in a tin. So this was super practical when I was doing a lot of readings for people, and I went like to cafes, or I went like to other people's houses. So I knew it was gonna be safe, I knew it was practical. And what I love about this, and that's what I mentioned, I actually like the thought system. So what I like about this is that it sort of combines both of them. So It has the Rider-Waite-Smith mixed with a little of thought. It has the thought keyword, no, and then the name of the card. So for example, you have the universe, no, instead of the world. And I just thought it was like a simple, playful deck. And I was reading for, oh, I love this moon. By the way, sorry. So I figured that I was reading for a lot of my classmates, so to speak. No, we're great friends. But I was reading for a lot of them, and they also knew like Rider-Waite-Smith super well, and they knew the Marcel deck. So I wanted to surprise them with this, and they were like, because when you're reading for another reader, sometimes they like to overpower the reading, and I don't like that. It's like, I am the one doing the reading, and yes, I want your input, but I also need you to let me be the vessel to communicate the message. So I thought this was, I also love that card. So I thought that was perfect, no, to do so. So this one taught me better how to read to people, no, and to people that want to take over your reading. I also love the back, so it's just such a lovely deck, no, and I love the size. It's small, it's portable, it combines two systems that I absolutely adore. So this was awesome. And I guess what I didn't mention about the Rider-Waite-Smith, it's like it taught me a lot about like tarot history, how it evolved, like the peeps, and that made me want to investigate more on the tarot history, and then like the 70s, and then no, because it was 1910, and then in the 70s that boom, no, like sort of my Game Changers deck, which I hope someone replies, please. It's fine if it's not, but I mean, this one like really got me invested in tarot history for some strange reason, because you will think like the Marcel tarot would do it, but no, it was this one. Okay, so I'm gonna rush this. I want to keep it short and sweet. Another one, and I wanted to include something different. I could include Lenormand. There are other decks that I wanted to include, but I'm keeping this to 5 decks, so it was really tough. The Illuminated Earth Oracle. I think I hesitated a lot to get this, and I don't know why, because I adore it. I think it has some point that it has repetitive cards. Sort of, you can see some cards that are very similar in meaning, but it has a different nuance. I also related this deck to astrology, which I adore, and this card actually taught me to get over tough times, actually. So for that alone, it's I don't know, it's really special for me. I did a comparison between the first printing and the second printing. It's not really a different edition, it's like different printings. There's a slight difference. I will link that in the comments here, I guess. I'm trying to like here maybe. Sorry. So yeah, a great deck. I love it. I love the artwork. You can still get this. It's so beautiful. Like, I also need to record because I'm losing daylight. So yeah, gorgeous deck. Now you can see this is like Claire Mac. I love it. Love Illuminated Earth. And another one that I used a lot was The Art of Life. And I used this a lot because this was for, I do daily pulls, but at the office. And it's a very like business office. So this was perfect because it's discreet, is art, is like, in the office I cannot openly say like, hey, I'm a witch. So, so this one helped a lot. Now you can see it has the famous paintings, famous quotes. So it was really lovely. I used it pretty much for a daily pull throughout the year. Many other people use it as well. It has fantastic meanings. This one taught me that you need to also like, you learn tarot, and also you learn the Marcel system, the Rider-Waite-Smith system, maybe the thought system. But you also need to learn to adapt to your intuition, yes, but also to the specific card, so to speak. So for example, I would get, I don't know, the Two of Pentacles. And I know now it's like you're balancing, like you're like struggling with situations, but I would also take a look at the picture, the picture there, and I would also take a look at the quote. So this deck, I mean, it told me a lot of things, because it was like, oh, I need to take a look into this, being my daily pull. But it also taught me, like, in a general level, to learn to see the card, that specific card. Because I think that's why we also have all these decks and all these variations, and they're slightly different. So I love this deck. Love it as well. So yeah, I think I'm keeping it too short, but it's already 11 minutes and I'm doing 2 tags, so I think it's okay. The Art of Life by Charlene Livingston. So I think that's fine. I want to keep it short of sweet. Tarot has taught me a lot, like a lot of things. Oops, sorry. It has taught me a lot of things, and I could be talking for days and days about all the tarot teachings. So I'm trying to keep it like specific for decks. And in general, I think tarot has taught me how to overcome difficult situations, how to make stronger decisions, and how to be more confident about my decisions, because I struggle a lot with deciding. I'm like, I hesitate too much. I have a lot of doubts. I'm like, oh, but sometimes I already made a decision and I'm second guessing it. So tarot is like, okay, this is the answer and that's it. I still struggle with some things, like I'm still in the journey, but it has also told me that, like, psychology and the journey and just like recognizing your own path, owning it, and walking at your pace. So with that, I'm gonna wrap it up. Thanks for watching and keep an eye for the next one. Mwah. Bye, lovelies.